My child is not doing very well in public school. I don't feel that the school is doing a good job teaching him. I've been looking to enroll him in a Catholic private school. Ouch. Classrooms are smaller. There's more focus on him. Should I consider it? I would never tell you what to do, but you better tread lightly. Catholic schools. Our children are emotionally abused in predominantly white schools. Need I remind you that there was a whole movement in this country by white folks to keep black kids away from their children. Boston, Massachusetts, the white folks set buses on fire. In Boston, Massachusetts, the white folks set buses on fire so black kids couldn't go to school with their kids. Little Rock, Arkansas, have you heard the Little Rock 9 story? I visited the Little Rock, Arkansas high school. And I encourage all of you to take your children to the National Museum of the Little Rock 9. It's right across the street from Central High School. When those 9 black youth went in there representing our entire race, and they braved rape, molestation, they got spit on, beat up, stomped out, and they would not quit. White folks killed black folks so we wouldn't go to school with their children. Do you think times have changed? Do you think times have changed? And you're talking about a black boy, public enemy #1 in a white school? Even the light-skinned black brothers with the green eyes and the straight hair are catching hell in white private schools. Even the light-skinned mixed-race little African boys with hazel eyes are catching hell in the white private schools. I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to say I wouldn't be doing it. Tread lightly, my queen. Don't jump out of the pot into the fire. Peace and Black Power. What are your thoughts on Margaret Sanger? Do you have any evidence to support that she was a racist? Read her book. She was a member of the American Eugenics Society. It's not a secret. Back then, in the early 1900s, late 1800s, all famous white folks believed in black extermination. All famous white folks believed in black extermination. Okay? They put your son in a damn straitjacket. No way. This ain't, you're not, the picture you just sent me, you're not telling me this is what they do to your son. You're telling me they put your son in a light, bright green bootleg straitjacket. This is like a straitjacket, my brother. This looks like a handmade straitjacket. If this is what they doing to your son, you need to sue. This is racial discrimination. This is special ed discrimination. This is the disability discrimination. If you're telling me this is what they did to your son, me and you need a consultation, my brother. You need to be reaching out to me. I need to help you put this case together. I need to help you put this case together. That's unacceptable. They have no right to bind your child up in that bright green straitjacket. It looked like a damn straitjacket. He not at a mental health hospital. This is ridiculous. They're not allowed to do that, my brother. He should have a 1-to-1 aide. If he is a behavioral challenge, they should be paying for a 1-to-1 aide to be with your autistic son. And he's only 4 years old. In fact, I need to interview you for the shockumentary, my brother. Can you fly to Philadelphia next month? I would love to interview you for the shockumentary. I would love to interview you for the shockumentary. Text me and let me know if you can. I can't afford to fly you. You got to fly on your own. But this documentary right here, this documentary is going to make history. This is going to be the first true telling of the psychoacademic Holocaust against black boys. So let me know if you can fly to Philadelphia for the shockumentary, because the picture I'm looking at, my brother, this picture needs to be shown on the shockumentary. We need you in the shockumentary because this is absolutely ridiculous. I found out the school took my son on a field trip where they picked cotton from a plantation. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Time out. I know I didn't read that, so I'm going to read it again. I know I didn't just read that, so I'm going to read it again. I know I didn't just read that, So I'm going to read it again because I don't think I read what I just read. One of the things that really got me upset, I found out that the school took my son on a field trip where they picked cotton from a plantation. First of all, you're supposed to sign a field trip form. First of all, you're supposed to sign a field trip form. First of all, you're supposed to sign a field trip form. Second of all, you and all the other black parents need to be showing up at the next school board meeting. This is a school board issue. This speaks to policy and curriculum. This is a school board issue. Because I can promise you the curriculum doesn't say that children will go to a former plantation and pick cotton, my sister. You must protest this. I would be at the school board, letter to the superintendent, letter to the chair of the school board, letter to the secretary of education, letter to the mayor, letter to the governor, letter to the lieutenant governor, letter to my state rep, my U.S. rep, letter to my state senator and U.S. senator. Don't let this go, my sister. If you want to be interviewed for the documentary, some of y'all need to get to Philadelphia and get interviewed. You spoke. Sister. It ain't about speaking. Pen to paper. Pen to paper, my good sister. Pen to paper. Did you go to the school board meeting? You got to go to the school board meeting. Get them other parents, Brother Moore. Don't let this go. We got to stop letting stuff go. We must fight. Our whole history in this country has been a history of struggle. We must fight. My son was diagnosed as autistic at 4 years old also. Lord have mercy. What is it going to take? What is it going to take for me to convince you black parents to stop getting your children evaluated so young? These are not cancer diagnoses. These are not diabetes diagnoses. These are not epilepsy diagnoses. Psychological diagnoses are highly subjective. Yes, psychology is a science, but the diagnoses are still open to interpretation. 4 years old autism eval, I'm not coming down on you. I'm not coming down on you because you didn't know no better. But I've been out here for 25 years. So if I've been out here for 25 years, if your child is under 25, I'm trying to understand how you haven't heard me tell you not to do this. 4 years old is too young. Could they be autistic? Yes. Can you be sure at 4? Hell no. So why did they want you to evaluate your child at 4? Because the school wants the money from the state. Special ed is a big business. Special education is a multi-million-dollar business. So if you're going to sign your name on the permission to evaluate form, if you're going to sign your name on the permission to evaluate form, they're going to put your child in special ed because every school knows the quickest way to get some extra money is tell black parents their kids got problems. The quickest way to get some extra money in a struggling public school is to tell black parents their children have problems. 4 years old is too young. You might want to schedule a consultation with me to go over that evaluation. Do not forget about your child's education during the summer. During the summer, they should be reading. Your child should be reading a book a week. 1 book every week. You could put them on a reward system if you want. Never use money. Never use expensive gifts. Every child in your house, I don't care if they're 16, 17, everybody reads. Everybody goes to the bookstore. Everybody goes to the library. If you want to keep the books, go to the black bookstore. If you can't afford to buy the books, take them to the public library. No excuses. The whole house reads every night for 1 hour. I said the whole house reads every night for 1 hour. If your child is behind academically, they better be getting some tutoring. I'm going to tell you right now, if your son is playing football and he's behind academically and he ain't got no tutor, you are a horrible parent. If your son or daughter is behind mathematically and they playing basketball and they ain't got no tutor, you are a horrible parent. That's right. I said it. If your child is allowed to prioritize academics and socialization, prioritize athletics over academics, you are a horrible child, okay? Horrible parent. Also, if you got issues with the school, guess what? Special ed director is a 12-month position. Superintendent is a 12-month position. School principal is a 12-month position. If you got IEP issues, they can be handled over the summer. You got psychological evaluation issues, they can be handled over the summer. You got 504 issues, they can be handled over the summer. Stop wasting the summer. Stop. Where's your biracial queen with a black father? First of all, I've dated mixed race African sisters with a white mother. I've dated mixed race African sisters with a black mother. You understand me? According to my philosophy of revolutionary Pan-Africanism, which was also echoed by the most honorable Marcus Garvey, Osajifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and others, we do not discriminate against mixed race Africans. I understand that we have spokespersons in the black consciousness community who don't accept mixed race Africans, and that is their prerogative. I understand some of you have issues with mixed race Africans, and that is your prerogative. But let me say this to you, and I want you to be clear, especially if you plan on being at FDMG on September the 10th, especially if you plan on being at FDMG on Saturday, September the 10th. If you disrespect a mixed race African at my school, you will be banned. You will be permanently entered into the Book of Negroes. Oh, yes. The Book of Negroes has went nowhere. You will be entered into the Book of Negroes, and you will never be allowed on my campus again if you break your mouth to disrespect one of my mixed race African brothers and sisters. They did not ask to come here. They've been through enough hell as it is. I know we got some Negropean mixed race Africans, and we got some full-blooded Negropeans. You understand me? You understand me? Buffoonery does not discriminate based on skin tone. Buffoonery does not discriminate based on skin tone. My daughter is 2, was born 3 months early, no problems, but is only saying 20 words. She has a speech therapist and a special ed provided by the State Infants and Toddler Program. Follow-up appointment, they were trying to get me to test her for autism. Hell no. What? 2 years old? An autism evaluation for 2 years old. Lord have mercy. They thirsty for money in Baltimore. Must be that Johns Hopkins. Must be that Henrietta Lacks Johns Hopkins University. I bet you it's that Johns Hopkins. I bet you, my Baltimore Africans, please be wary of Johns Hopkins. My Baltimore Africans, please be wary of Johns Hopkins. They love to experiment on black folks in Baltimore. Please be wary. Sweetheart, no. 2 years old is too young for autism. 2 years old? 2 years old? No, sweetheart. No. Hell no. Keep the speech. And I also recommend that you get in contact with the African American Speech and Language Therapists Association. I believe they're based in Pittsburgh. African American Speech and Language Therapists Association. Make sure you get in contact with the African American Speech and Language Therapists Association in Pittsburgh, because I want you to get you a black speech pathologist that you pay out of pocket, in addition to the service you're getting through the program. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the speech pathologists in the program ain't working with your child as well as they should be. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't feel comfortable being as though she does not have any of the main signs of autism. She says about 20 to 25 words. Very social. If your daughter is very social, if your daughter is very social, how in the hell can she be autistic? Autism is an impairment in both social and verbal communication. So we know your daughter got verbal communication problems because she got a speech and language impairment. But she clearly don't have no social communication. Man, we have an appointment next week to test her on cognitive. Time out. Time out. Time out. I hope you listening to me, Tayana. Please listen to me, baby. Listen to me well. There is no IQ tests. Listen to me, Tayana. There is no IQ tests I can give your 2-year-old that's going to give me a low enough basal and a high enough ceiling to give me a reliable IQ score for a 2-year-old. Your daughter isn't even verbal enough for an IQ test at 2. Woo! Thank God for making me a school psychologist. Thank God for making me a school psychologist. Thank God for making me a school. Tiana, you know what the cognitive test is going to be? They're going to give you a form to fill out. And they're going to play some silly games with your daughter. And based on the silly games they play with your daughter and the questionnaire that you fill out, they're going to try to tell you that your daughter got a cognitive problem at 2. If it were me, I would refuse it. Tiana, I think you should refuse everything and stick to speech. She's only 2. Can we at least wait till she's 5? Tiana, refuse it. Send a letter. Thank you, but no thank you. Nobody's giving my daughter no cognitive assessment, and nobody's giving my daughter an autistic assessment. She's only 24 months. We're going to focus on speech, and you're going to get your own speech pathologist from the African American Speech and Language Therapists Association. And that's all you're going to do, Tiana, until 5. I hope you heard me, sweetheart, and I hope you do what I asked you to do. Somebody asked me if I was having a baby. Not that I'm aware of. I just had to speak out about the fact that I went on a field trip in elementary school where I picked cotton from a plantation. Lord have mercy. Hit the Cash App for FDMG. Hit the Cash App for FDMG. $ FDMG School. International Africans, hit your PayPal. FDMG Academy. International Africans, hit your PayPal. FDMG Academy. If I was your woman, FDMG would be open. You have a big vision. I hope you haven't bitten off more than you can chew. First of all, let me explain something to you. I already have my queens. Second of all, I am a Leo. I am a son of the sun. I am a Pan-Africanist. If Marcus Garvey's vision wasn't too big for his shoulders, if Emperor Menelik II's vision wasn't too big for his soldiers, if Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's vision wasn't too big for his shoulders, if Robert Sobukwe's vision wasn't too big for his shoulders, if Dedan Kimathe's vision wasn't too big for his shoulders, if El Hajj Malik El Shabaz's vision wasn't too big for his shoulders, if Julius Nyere's vision wasn't too big for his shoulders, then who are you to tell me that the vision of an intellectually emancipated race of children is too big for my vision? My beautiful African queen from Las Vegas, I beg your